What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. I want to talk about this DaBaby situation with his baby's mother, Dani Leigh's brother. Now, I did a video about these two a little while ago when they first exchanged words on social media. I have a link in the description box to that video. Go and check that commentary out. Great commentary. And now it looks like these two met up for whatever reason. Even though if this guy did not like DaBaby, why are you there in the first place? That's one of the first things that was on my mind. Like, okay, DaBaby's now in California. Brandon, for whatever reason, he's defending his sister. They have words with each other. I guess because he's in California, he's in LA now. He's like, oh, I can go and speak to him. I don't know what was going on. Dude had a drink in his hand. So the guy having a drink in his hand, you got to ask yourself, was he there to be cordial? Was things on good terms? Because between DaBaby and Dani Leigh, it seemed like things had mellowed off and everything had cooled down, right? But obviously it didn't. Maybe this guy had a false sense of security. Now, I'm looking at this way. If DaBaby was at the bowling alley with his people, did Brandon show up with his people? Because it sure didn't look like it. It sure didn't look like it in this particular altercation. And this looked bad on both parts, and I'll tell you why. It looked bad because here you have this guy who is defending the honor of his sister, who has chosen to be in a relationship and have a child. Well, they wasn't in a relationship like that, but to have a child by DaBaby. Like, that was her choice. And I would tell any one of these guys, don't get involved in your sister's BS. Stay out of it. Okay, she made the choice. She has to deal with it. She chose to deal with DaBaby, even though DaBaby has shown her that he's want nothing to do with her. And now you defending her honor, you make yourself look crazy. Slipping and sliding all over the bowling alley. DaBaby and his people slipping and sliding and throwing punches. Now, I will say this, though. The first punch that DaBaby threw, he didn't connect. It like he hit the cup. Okay? Okay. He must have been high for real, because that was a very slow punch. And he hit that cup. But to me, DaBaby is his own worst enemy. He can't talk about being canceled when he gets himself in these type of situations, but he's comfortable in these situations because he know his crew's gonna back him up. This is why I don't know why this guy Brandon was at this bowling alley with this guy who he's had words with. I don't know if he had a false sense of security. I don't know if he thought because, you know, DaBaby's in California, he was gonna be intimidated. But anybody from the hood, anybody understand optics one-on-one, know that you don't just show up and think that you're gonna put hands on this dude who has a bunch of people around him that's willing to fight for him. I've seen it. I've seen the video of his security fighting people. He's known for that. He's known for either his security beating up on people or him jumping in. Why are you even there? But I want to look at his sister, Dani Leigh. Dani Leigh has left social media. Dani Leigh has abandoned the situation. She initially commented, then she sort of left because she's embarrassed. This is why, once again, you don't fight your sister's battles. If your sister has chosen, let her choose. Now, according to this article from The Sun, it says DaBaby's ex-girlfriend, Dani Leigh, has broken her silence after the music star brawled with her brother at a bowling alley. Footage that went viral showed the rapper fighting Brandon Bills at the venue in Los Angeles. Well, they wasn't flying. They was slipping and sliding, and punches were being missed. Hair was being pulled. DaBaby's out here pulling hair. That's why I don't take a lot of these guys seriously when it comes to a one-on-one fight, because a lot of these guys can't fight. DaBaby, who's 30, appeared to drag his ex's older brother, who's 29, by the hair as he struggled to find his footing on top of the slippery surface. Brandon was shirtless while attempting to fend off the rapper as several bystanders stood around and watched, including, I guess, the people that Brandon showed up with, because I'm sure he came there with somebody. He fell to the ground several times while DaBaby did not let go of his grip. Choreographer Dani Leigh posted on Instagram, lame as hell, running up on my brother on some slippery ass floors with 5-6 of your boys while he's by himself and not even touching him. Lame and so sad. I pray this stops now because this is my family and I got a daughter to raise. See, this is, once again, man, you don't get involved in your sister's BS. She chose to be with DaBaby. She chose to have a child with him. She was even in his house and she refused to leave. That's how much she loves DaBaby. You can't win that battle as a brother. All you can do is hope she learns from her mistakes. She's an adult. She makes her own choices, but I would not get involved because she has to learn from her mistakes. And by him jumping in there thinking that he's defending her, you're only going to make her want DaBaby even more, because that's why she left social media. She went from defending her brother to ghosting her brother on social media. Okay, she took everything down. Like, you know, it's almost as if she didn't want to upset DaBaby. She didn't want DaBaby to feel like she's against him. Because I thought recently that things had been better between the two. Okay? And maybe she did not want that to change. But her first reaction was to defend him, because instead of her talking to her brother and saying, don't get involved, this ain't got nothing to do with you, none of that. Because these women weaponizes their family members when they get upset at their exes or their baby's fathers. But meanwhile, these are the same women that will do whatever it takes to get with these guys. And they will put up with these guys. They'll go back and forth with these guys. He'll dump them. She'll go running back to him. And then when she's upset with him, she will weaponize her family members. Don't allow yourself to be weaponized by your sister, who is the baby mama of a guy who clearly has some issues and is not afraid to jump a dude, because DaBaby ain't a fighter. I don't think he's a fighter. I don't think he's gonna fight nobody one-on-one. Because again, I've seen this guy, when people have approached him, he ain't gonna fight nobody on his own. We should already know this. And Brandon Beals should have understood that too. Dani Leigh has since deleted her Instagram account. In November, DaBaby and Brandon's sister got into an argument while on Instagram Live. It happened just 3 months after the couple welcomed their daughter. DaBaby posted a couple screaming match on social media while Dani Leigh was lying on the bed feeding their child. She told him to stop filming and made several attempts to block the camera view of their child by putting up a pillow as a barrier. Footage obtained by the Shade Room captured the moments the cops arrived at the home after DaBaby had called them on Dani Leigh when she apparently had no idea why. Explaining his actions on social media, he said he had decided to call the police because he was allegedly trying to get Dani Leigh to leave, but she wouldn't. Now, Dani responded, "It's just effed up out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere. I'm trying so hard to I try to make this work. I tried to for DaBaby, but this ain't the best situation at all, bro. I deserve so much better. I really do. I hope, God, please, I pray this is the last situation, because this is not it. Every single time I come back into it, I completely love this man, but it's not it. It don't matter how much you love someone. If it ain't right, it's never going to be right. You can't force somebody to be ready for something they're never going to be ready for." Bills appeared to challenge DaBaby to a fight in one clip. He told TMZ that he believed he would knock out DaBaby in a celebrity boxing match. Yeah, good luck with that. In February 2021, Dani revealed she had split from DaBaby after around a year of dating. She posted a black graphic on Instagram with the words "officially single." Dani also included a black heart emoji alongside her statement. well, this doesn't mean anything if she refused to leave this man's house. Listen, us as like men who have sisters, right? When our sisters go through dysfunctional relationships, we have to stay out of it. We have to stay out of it. But I will tell you this though. If Brandon was really serious about getting a one-on-one with DaBaby, he should have made sure DaBaby was by himself, no security. If I'm really gonna put hands on DaBaby, I'm gonna make sure he is by himself, no security. That's when I can really put hands on him. If I can get him one-on-one by himself, no security, I'm gonna put hands on him. But I'm not about to roll up in no bowling alley when he's with a bunch of his people and challenge him to a fight. Or not, because that may not have been what Brandon was doing. Brandon might have just been there, or maybe he was invited. I don't know. He might have been invited. Dude had a drink in his hand. How you ready to fight with a drink in your hand? I believe Brandon had a false sense of nothing is gonna happen, and then something happened. You never trust people you actually threaten on social media, man. If you actually threaten to put hands on somebody, you should never trust that to be around somebody like that. And if I am gonna fight DaBaby, I'm gonna get him one-on-one, and I'm gonna make sure he's by himself. I'm gonna catch him when he's by himself, not when he's with his crew, with his bodyguards. I'm going to catch DaBaby when he's by himself, and that's when I'm gonna put hands on him. Okay. That's when I'm gonna be in fight mode. I'm not about to sit here and talk. I'm not about to come in there carrying no drink. It's about to go down. Okay, it's about to go down. And a lot of times these guys, I don't know, maybe they believe they're tougher than they really are. The only way Brandon was gonna get a one-on-one fight with DaBaby is if DaBaby was by himself, no security, not walking into a bowling alley. So I don't believe he went there looking for a fight. I don't think he thought. I think he may have thought that the issues was kind of, not as bad as it was. Because if he had issues, he would have been in DaBaby's face, not carrying no drink, not feeling a little too comfortable. So that's all I have to say, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care. All right.